So I want to start. I've been reading your book, and it's been really exciting to read and fascinating. And I have so many questions. I don't know if we'll get to all of them. But the first one really starts with how you framed the book and even the title of the book. So, super agency to me implied, sort of at a superficial level, that we'd be talking about what the buzz is in Silicon Valley and all around the world, really, with respect to AI, which is that AI agents are on the rise, that we're in an era of agentic AI where we can set goals for AI and systems will autonomously fulfill those goals for us. But the agency and super agency that you're talking about in your book is actually human agency. And you recenter the human and you sort of draw a line from your work with LinkedIn, expanding the ability for human beings to create professional identities online into a vision you have for what AI could do for human agency. So start by telling us more about that. Like, how is that going to work?
Well, one of the things, and as you know from looking at the book, we covered a bunch of the kind of the history of how we as human beings have encountered these kind of massive technological leap forwards. And in each of these cases, what happens is we basically, um, you know, we we essentially kind of view them as a possible loss of agency, both human and society. Like the dialogue we have around AI, which is frequently very worried and everything else, is very much like the dialogue we had around the printing press. But on the other side of these technological evolutions, printing press, automobile, kind of electricity, et cetera, we have an enormous increase in human agency, that these things are give us various forms of superpowers. And the thesis is that AI will do the same. It will be amplification intelligence. It will be the kind of thing that gives us a set of superpowers. And part of the super agency part of this is not just like, for example, take a car. Like I get a superpower of I can go, travel and have a longer distance and being able to get places. But because other people also get that superpower, like a doctor can come do a home visit for, a kid, a grandparent, other kinds of things, that means that I also get agency from that. And that increase of human agency is actually, in fact, one of the things we should all start focusing on. We should all start thinking about, you know, how do we participate in this technology? How do we shape it, both as technologists, but also as society? And this is one of the things about, as you know, the first chapter is, with the launch of ChatGPT, humanity enters the chat, and it's as opposed to having a kind of sense of like fear, or concern. That's fine to have concern and skepticism. What I want to try to help people is become AI curious. Like, what is the way that I could get a superpower and that we could get these superpowers that elevate human agency? And in the agentic, which you deliberately saw, was a deliberate pun between this kind of agentic revolution and also why it is enhancing human agency.